The U.S. government must protect the right for women to have an abortion. Denying women the right to choose whether or not they keep a pregnancy violates the right of body autonomy. Body autonomy is the right to make choices about your body without force. It is guaranteed by life, liberty, and the Equal Protection Clause of the 14th Amendment. Without the right, you are not truly free. People must be able to make decisions about their own body, including whether or not they have children. Decisions about pregnancy are for women to make, not the government, because having children will have physical, psychological, and economic impacts for her whole life. There are many negative impacts of forcing women to give birth. Research shows that unwanted pregnancies can lead to a lot of problems, such as the child or the mother dying while giving labor, anxiety, depression, child abuse, low education, and poverty. For example, women with unwanted pregnancies are twice as likely to have anxiety, depression, or higher stress levels. Body autonomy is a human right that must be guaranteed for people to be free. Denying this right to give abortion is not okay. You are not free when you can't make decisions about who you are or what you do with your body, and you are not free when you can't make decisions about what you want for your future. In order to protect freedom, governments must protect the right for women to have abortions. Sex work should be legalized in order to ensure the health and safety of those involved. The right to health is a human right recognized throughout the world. For example, in the United Nations Universal Declaration of Human Rights, it states that health is a part of the right to an adequate standard of living. One of the main jobs of the government is to protect the health and safety of citizens by regulating working conditions. This should also be done for adult sex work industry. Legalization of adult sex work will allow the governments to pass health and safety regulations that can improve working conditions and prevent violence and exploitation. Adult sex workers have dangerous working conditions. For example, sex workers are 30 times more likely to be infected with HIV, and they have a 45 to 75% greater chance of sexual violence. Without health and safety regulations, sex workers will keep having unsafe working conditions and they can be exploited. Research shows that the legalization would improve health and safety. For example, in 2014, a study found that legalization could prevent 33 to 46% of new HIV infections in sex workers and clients. Healthy and safe working conditions are a human right. This is true for adult sex workers, too. Therefore, governments should legalize adult sex work and regulate it like any other industry to protect the health and safety of sex workers and their clients. Society should not embrace genetic engineering technology to support traits in unborn children such as intelligence, physical appearance, or the resistance to disease. It's a very big problem with equality. Equality means that all people have the same value. It means that all people should have access to the same rights and opportunities regardless of their income or abilities. Social and economic inequalities are unfair and differences in opportunities. These differences can worsen over time because advantages get passed from one generation to the next. Genetic and other types of technological engineering on babies is something that only the wealthy can do. Even today, only wealthy people can afford things like vitro fertilization, which costs about 57% of average annual income, which makes it so only the rich are able to do this. This could result in a society where only poor people suffer from diseases, or could lead to discrimination against these people that don't have these traits. In the end, the rich will only get richer. Society should not embrace the genetic engineering to select traits in unborn children. The creation of designer babies violates the value of equality and will only increase the social and economic gap and inequality further.